Hey, thank you very much for joining me on this video. I am actually at an Airbnb right now, so this isn't my room, this isn't my decor, in case you're wondering. So anyhow, let's jump into the content here of this video, which is this new website that we just finished building. I'm going to jump right into it. So to be a little more distraction free, I'm going to hide the video of myself, but I just wanted to say hi. And so to start off here, this is a CSA farm. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, which means they have members, in a local area, let's say within 20 or 30 miles of their farm, that pay into a season of growing before the season starts, and then they get about 12 weeks worth of food delivered to them, or they can pick it up once the food has been harvested and cleaned and packed and is ready for the consumer. So the farmers had approached me recently, actually, and asked me to build just a simple website. So this is actually just not that many hours worth of work to build what we're going to look at right now, in case you decide to try and build this yourself, or if you end up passing this along to a developer or someone like that, and when they take a look, they should see how simple and straightforward it is to build something like this. There is a whole companion post that goes along with this. It has all of the written copy, instructions, and images describing how to do things in a little bit more detail on the website. So that's websitemike.com, and then you look into the blog listings to find that. But you'll either be watching this on YouTube or on the website itself. Okay, so here, let's start with the header, actually. So one thing, is to have a very functional website. When it comes to a farm website, you don't need a lot of fluff or a ton of effort put into hardcore design. It's more about being a functional website. So it's very clear that, okay, here's the logo, you know where you are. This could be any farm's logo, essentially. I think it helps to put the city or the local area that you're going to be serving. So again, it just helps to orient people. Then collecting email addresses. This is a big part of getting the website to work for you and provide you with value. So an email list is extremely valuable because these are people that obviously have interest in your website or your farm, and they want to hear from you, right? They want to hear what kind of what updates you have to the farm. They want to hear about any specials you might be running with the products that you sell, any new hires, any changes, stuff like that. These are great people to stay in touch with. These are super fans, and they can be very strategically helpful from a business standpoint. Now, jumping over to another button here in the header, the CSA box sign up button is just it's what's called a menu. It's just a button, but it's just attached to what's called a menu anchor. So it doesn't fire a pop-up. It doesn't take you to another page. Instead, what it does is take you to this point on this page, no matter where you are in the website. So even if I'm down here and I click, it brings you back up because there's a menu anchor tag in here that's invisible, that's tied to it. So this here is obviously an e-commerce part of the website. It's the cart, and nothing's in the cart right now, so the product total is 0. But as soon as we add something, you'll see how that changes. All right, so now that's basically the header. Obviously, this is self-explanatory. This is the navigation menu with the different web pages that are part of the website. So the layout that somebody on either a desktop or a tablet or a phone, right? Depending on the screen form factor, okay? That initial first screen that they see is obviously very important. We all know this. And so we've taken time to design this in such a way that if someone just sees this, this is enough to be engaging and be educational. So this banner here is not a button, but it is interactive and it does link, just like the CSA box sign up button links, down to the same menu anchor tag, and will just automatically pull you down to that part of the page. Now these other two buttons that appear here in the desktop version do not appear on the mobile version together. Instead, it's just this first one that shows up. The way you can test that is you can shrink the window that you're looking at, and then it'll respond. It's a responsive website, so it'll respond and change the design. And then, of course, you could also check it on your phone itself or on the tablet if you want to see what it really looks like. But depending on whatever person is looking at it, whatever phone they have, and the model, the year, the type of software, it all influences how the website ultimately renders. But this is a very good approximation for most. All right, so these two buttons as well, just to complete this landing page layout. They do the same thing as the other buttons on the page that we just looked at. In terms of functionality, they just bring you right down to the anchor tag. So that's kind of a deep dive into the landing page here. And what I'd like to do now is actually switch gears and talk about how we actually get to this point, okay? Before we dive any further into the website itself, let's talk about the technicalities of getting a website to this point. So that's why I have this other tab open here with my SiteGround account. So SiteGround.com is what's called a website hosting service provider, right? So think of it like renting space in a building, renting an apartment in a building. This is where your website will live. And you can see here that roughreadyfarm.com has a spot, right? It has a room in my apartment building here. So I rent a much larger, I rent like a whole building, for example, and then I parcel it up and I rent smaller pieces to my clients. And if this was your account and you decided to start your own SiteGround hosting account, you wouldn't have anything and be empty, and all you would do to start your website is press add new site, follow the instructions, and you'd eventually end up with a little property looking like this with the domain name right there, site tools, all right, which helps you to set up WordPress and log in and whatnot, and then manage, which is more about managing this whole property. So let's dive into site tools with Rough Ready Farm. What you would do from a technical standpoint, once you've clicked on there, is you're going to log in to WordPress. And to go over how to actually get to this point, all you will have had to have done is sign up for your own SiteGround account and just follow the instructions that will come up after you click on that previous button we just looked at, add new website. It'll prompt you to install WordPress. So it's very easy, just a couple of clicks, and enter some information, like a username and password, for example. And you come here, WordPress, install and manage, and you can come down to this button right here, log into admin panel. You can click on it, and we are now into the dashboard area of the website. So here's the front end of the website, as they call it, and here's the back end of the website. And specifically, we're looking at the dashboard. Now, along this left-hand side, we can dive into various aspects of the website from a back-end admin user perspective. Okay, or there's actually an intermediate step. Okay, well, what I mean by intermediate step is to go from this admin area to looking like this, the intermediate step is called Elementor. And so I have this tab already open, and you have to click on plugins and then add new. Okay, then you come up here to this keyword selector, type in Elementor, and here Elementor pops up. You click install now, then activate, and now it's active. You have to go ahead and follow all the prompts. Okay, once you've installed it, okay, for it to work best, you're going to want to use what's called the Hello theme that's made by Elementor. Here's what the Hello theme is. And then have the most recent WordPress website, like this is 2021 WordPress theme made by them. Just leave that in the background. And the reason that's good is because in case you ever have to deactivate Hello, you'll have a backup that you can run while you fix Hello if that ever happens. So now that the Hello theme is active with Elementor and Elementor is installed, this is the intermediate step. So if we look at pages, here's all of the pages from the website, and the front page is denoted by this indicator right here, right, front page, Rough Ready Farm. And I just right click on edit with Elementor and open link in a new tab. And here is the intermediate page building step that Elementor provides. All right, this is a drag and drop view. It makes it very easy to build websites like this. Okay, of course now it's taking a while to load, but hopefully it loads. All you have to know is there we go. All you have to know is that there's a drag and drop ability here with these widgets, and from there you can create the whole website. Okay, and if we click here, here's the front end. Here's the intermediate step, and then here's the back end, here's the page listed. Now, real quickly, to talk about the e-commerce portion of the site, you're going to use something called WooCommerce. So to do that, to install WooCommerce, you follow the same instructions that you were just followed for installing Elementor. You'd click on plugins, add new, search for WooCommerce, and then install now and activate. Go ahead and follow all of the setup instructions. And in addition to WooCommerce being installed here on the left-hand side of the admin menu, there's also a new products tab there that came with WooCommerce, right? Because you need to set up your products, and there's their own separate setup area. And then you have the WooCommerce store, which is its own separate setup area where you track your orders and your customers. You look at reports, shipping, taxes, etc. Okay, again, that's separate from setting up products. I go over that more depth in the written portion that's associated with this video. So to wrap things up here, let's jump into, for example, a product. We're looking at the spring produce box right now, and we were showing people that on the previous page that they can get either a single share or a family share. Let's say someone wants a family share, and let's say that the frequency they want it delivered at is every week. Now here's some additional information that pops up, and the price, the quantity, and the add to cart button. Just click add to cart, and it is usually a lot faster than this, but now we're here. We are at the cart. That's not cool. Someone's playing a joke here. But basically, yeah, you'll have two options. Actually, there will be no options for someone who hasn't entered an address already with their billing details. Once you've entered your billing address, your state and your zip code, it will then detect what shipping options are available to you and provide them to you. Then you can click PayPal or credit debit card if you want to pay here directly with a card and save it. If you want to also receive the farm newsletter, click that button there, place order, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of the website. And if you ever have any questions about your own website, please don't hesitate to contact me. at websitemike.com/contact. And let's take one last look at the website. So that's it. Now we can see that in the cart there's $700 of product. And what you're seeing here with this is this can be taken out. This is the admin menu bar. So you can take this out by going to Users, Profile, and then you'll deselect Show Toolbar when viewing site. And then you save that. And now if we refresh this site, this page, it will be gone. So cool little tip there at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and watch more videos, comment, like, subscribe, and see you on the next one.